How you guys doing? My name is Hendrick Famutimi. I'm a two-time British powerlifting champion in the under 93 kilo category. And here I am speaking to you guys about how to improve your squat. This is one of 3 squat videos. On this video here, we're speaking more about the basics of the squatting, how to squat, the main things to address on what's going wrong with your squat. On the second video, we're going to be speaking about butt winks, how to correct it, knees coming in, why you ain't going low with your squat, and the last one, the big debate, whether to squat in flats or to squat in lifting shoes. We will address that all in the second video. So in this video, I'm going to be speaking to you guys about what you're doing wrong with your squat, why your squat ain't improving, key points to look out for in your squat, and the main one, low bar versus high bar. 5 reasons why your squats probably ain't improving. 1, doing too much for Instagram. So instead of doing squats for yourself, every week or every other day you're trying to hit the PB, trying to impress your followers. Second reason why your squats ain't improving, probably ain't improving, is too much to do with ego. So a lot of people, when they go into the gym, they think they know it all and end up injured. Third one, injuries. So little niggles in the knees, lower back, people are addressing it and they're still trying to go through the motion of squat. Number 4, such as weak issues in terms of glutes ain't firing. Glutes ain't firing, you ain't sweating properly. Number 5, not committing to a workout program. So if you're doing a workout program for 2 weeks and then you jump onto another one for 2 weeks and then you're doing a week program over here, you're not going to find any progress in your squat. You want to stay in the program doing it for at least 6 weeks, even 12, in order for you to see some progress in your squat. What I'm going to do now is demonstrate all the things that people do wrong in the gym. So we're going to start first with bar placement. Bar placement, a lot of people have the bar too high. Now if your bar's too high, you're going to end up toes, going up right up to your toes to get the bar off, which you don't want to do. At the same time, you see a lot of people shrugging the bar up. 2 things you don't want to do. So ideally you want it just on top of the traps or just behind rear delt level. Right, so as that bar's on your back, a lot of people, they look up too much or they're looking down because the cue, a wrong cue, or a cue that's misunderstood as people saying look up. So if you look up, everyone's looking up to the ceiling and that bar starts to roll off your back. Another thing you want to take into consideration is your elbows. So you want the elbows pinned in, pinched in. Elbows pinched in. As the elbows are pinched in, you're tight with the upper back, tight with your lats. From here, you're keeping everything engaged and you're able to perform a good squat. With your knees, you see a lot of people when they squat, the knee starts to come in. Ideally, you want your knees coming out, same direction your toes are facing, which I'll explain later in the video. And with your feet, so feet stance, you want it about shoulder width apart. You don't want it too wide, so you don't want to be wider than your hands, you don't want to be too wide, you don't want to be too narrow. I would say to start with, shoulder width apart, and then from there you'll be able to find your balance, find what's comfortable for you. So now that we've covered all that we're doing wrong with the squats, what I'm going to do now is correct everything, or most of the things. So, bar for me is set just for it to sit right behind my rear delts. Hands placed on the bar in a position where my upper back is going to be tight. I'm going to be pulling that bar down into my rear delts, into my back, or soft with the hands. Right, feet directly underneath the bar. And from here, I'm going to sink my hips down into it. Brace. And then stand. Making sure my elbows are pinched in, my upper back is tight. I've got the weight under control. I'm not going to take no more than 2 to 4 steps as I come back and get ready to squat. And still looking forward and then looking down. So from here, once my feet are in a position which is comfortable for me, I want to grip the floor with my feet, with my toes. I want to create a tripod effect, so I'm pushing off the ball of my big toe, the ball of my small toe, and I'm pushing through the heel. Don't push off your heel too much, because what then happens is that your toes start to come up and you don't fall into that squat. So from here you want to brace. When you brace, it's a deep breath in, and then you want to hold as if you're getting ready for someone to punch you in the stomach. Right. So from there, drive the hips back, soften the knees. You don't want your hips going lower on the top of your knee. then lift up. Keep your feet flat on the floor, make sure your toes don't come up, make sure you push through your heels as well. Ball your foot. Elbows are pinned down, the elbows don't move. Bar stays where it is, bar doesn't move. Bar's traveling in a straight line. The mistake that most people make when it comes to high bar squat is that they have the bar sitting right on their neck and then they try to squat. What ends up happening is that bar is going to roll down the neck and you're squatting, trying to keep your head up just for that bar to not roll down. With a high bar squat, you want it sitting right at the top of the traps. As it sits on top of the traps, make sure you got a good core engaged and you are bracing, holding, elbows pinched in. With low bar squat, it's a different placement, so it's more lower. You create more of a bridge for that bar to sit on your back. It's just behind your red delt. You find a lot more powerlifters doing more of a low bar squat than your average gym goer. For people who want to build up more on their quads, or for people who want to be more sport specific, or if they're doing competitions like fitness shows and bodybuilding, you tend to do more of a high bar squat just to help build up with the quads. And then with low bar squats, it's more for people who do powerlifting or more dominant with hamstrings or lower back. Right, so the main important thing to do before squatting is mobilize. But you want to mobilize so you're able to perform the squat in a better way, not that you're loose getting ready to do yoga. So, what I like to do, I like to start from the feet, working up. With a ball, I want to roll my feet up and down to vertical. So from here, a couple seconds, I'll say about 15 seconds, and then horizontal, across the ball with feet. What's mainly important to do, especially if you have flat feet, you've got muscles in your feet that you want to use in your squat. So it's not just all about hips and glutes, it's feet involved in it as well. Small muscles that just helps improve that big squat for us. Right, another thing, calf, ankles, so just foam rolling, loosening off. As soon as you find a spot that's quite tender or find stiff, just roll from side to side. If you want more pressure, have both feet on, do the same thing again. Next one, which is great to open up the hips but not too loosely, is 90-90. 90-90 with an internal hip rotation. So from here, I'm just going to lift the ankle up, rotate to the other side, feel the same thing again. You might find one side stiffer than the other. It'll just start to loosen up as you move along. Lower back, you want that lower back stiff as you hold that weight on your bar, but at the same time you still want to have some freedom. So foam rolling, nice and easy, nothing too complicated. Get the whole back involved as well. Keep your hips off the floor. Get a few cracks. Extend your arms around to your traps. A nice hip opener is goblet squats. You can do with a dumbbell. You can also use a kettlebell. So feet stance, shoulder width apart, whichever suits you. Toes turn out. So from here I'm keeping the elbows in. And what I want to do is just push the knees out with my elbows. So sit here. Just probably want to hold anywhere between 15 and 30 seconds. You can perform this 3 to 4 times. So another thing that people seem to neglect unconsciously is shoulder mobility. If your delts are tight, it's most probably because of your pecs. So what we want to do is just stretch out the pecs, stretch out the delts, in order for you to get underneath the bar and feel comfortable without having it to feel too tight. So, great thing to do is having your elbow on the side of one arm, inside the loop of the bar. As you hold that bar, take that step forward, and just let the resistance of that bar bring your arm back. So it's not just opening up my chest, it's for the stretching delts you can feel it across your lats as well. And with your hands, you want the palm of your hands facing the ceiling. Opposite hand to that foot stepping forward. Let it persistent, just bring your arm back and stretching your lats. Depth down on your chest. Once you've done one on each arm, you're going to have your hands in a fist. Step forward. Let it just open up. Reach up at the same time. Again, you want to hold that for about 15-20 seconds. 3 times. Right, so another thing to do in order for you to help loosen off the chest, the pecs. As you go into your rack, placing your forearm against there, against the rack, just want to turn your body around. So getting a nice stretch around the pecs. And coming back in. So doing it for about 5 seconds. And then stretch. So you want to perform this after each set of squats. Doing other sides along the floor. Weird. For those who want to improve them squats, here are 4 exercises for you to do or for you to help improve it. First one I like is Bulgarian split squat. Good for the glutes, good for the quads. You can do it with dumbbells in your hands, or you can start off basic with just having the hands just behind your head. So from here, you want to allow your hips to travel down in a straight line, keeping that chest up. Back up, making sure you push it through your heel, keep your toes down. Try and get that knee as low as possible, and then driving up, so glutes working. Change your legs. You want to do probably about 10 to 15 reps, I'll say 10 to 20 reps in each leg to start with. And the heavier you go, less weight, less reps needed. Another exercise to do is the leg press. For it to be more beneficial for your squat, you want to make sure your feet are set in the same position that you would when squatting. Toes slightly turned out. As I bring it down, head is back. Knees try the same direction, toes are facing, and then place. So this is the same stance I would use when squatting. So I'm just crossing it over. I'll be able to cross over this leg press into my squat. Traveling lunges is another exercise which I love performing after doing my heavy squat. Good accessory work. A lot of people knock it or don't even try it. So, lunging, taking a step forward, feet flat, hip travel down a straight line, bring it in, and then change. Reach up and down, both legs in an L shape. Get that knee low to the floor without it touching. You can do this with dumbbells in your hands, you can have a bar across your back. You can have your hands behind your head to start with, just to warm up. If you want it to be more quad dominant, you can have a smaller step, getting the knee into the ankle, and change the knee into the opposite ankle. Feel a lot more in the quads. The fourth exercise to do is side crunches. Side crunches, you've only got one dumbbell in the hand, you only need one, not two. Having two just defeats the objective. One dumbbell on one side, you'll get a dumbbell low, let's say to the top of the knee, and then from here, a just want to go over to the other side, working that oblique. And this will help when I have that heavy weight on my back when squatting. So my core's nice and strong, solid, and my core won't give way when I'm squatting. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching my video. If it wasn't for you guys' feedback on the deadlift one, I wouldn't be doing these videos. So please give as much feedback, as much information as you want. Let me know how you guys get on, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching.